Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Bumi, and today we are watching Casually Explained, The Food of the World by Casually Explained. Yes, this one I don't know what this is about. Is it just like the previous one we watched? Is it just explaining the famous foods of each country? The thumbnail isn't giving out much with regards to the context, so yeah, there's not much to say about this in the intro. I guess we'll just check it out. So remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
Not to brag, but I've been eating food my whole life, and I thought I'd make a video going over all the types of food in the world I can think of with a brief
Fantastic
description.
opening.
If your country isn't mentioned, don't feel bad. You just should have invented sushi or pizza. French. Interestingly, while highly acclaimed for their restaurants, it's a well-known fact that French people themselves don't actually eat anything, surviving solely on tiny cups of espresso and the feeling of superiority. You can identify they're eating French food when you literally can't enjoy the meal because your brain is always doing the calculus of whether it was worth the money.
Yeah.
Japanese. I love Japanese, and
Uncooked.
admittedly, I think sushi in particular is the
Yep.
perfect date food. Light, delicious, and I can
I
demonstrate
mean,
my high
yep, the Japanese is akin to sushi, but I don't like to eat sushi. I mean, I don't like to eat fish or any sea creature, and also I am allergic to a lot of seafood, so there's that. But I just don't like the taste of fish as well, and more especially uncooked fish.
quality hunter-gatherer genes through adroit chopstick handling and being able to swallow whole nigiri with zero gag reflex. Another excellent Japanese food is ramen,
Ramen.
which is the ultimate min-max dish. It's either 2 days of cooking chicken, pork, and fish in perfect balance and temperature, 3 days making a cured egg, a lifetime of mastering the oils and toppings ratio, and then pairing it with the ideal noodle texture. Or it's opening the package and eating the spicy brick.
Yeah.
Mexican food, as it's known by us pigmentally challenged folk, is when you fry
Taco.
anything and serve it with chipotle mayo on a flour tortilla. I also know the word salsa, which is the Mexican word for homemade ketchup. Italian. There are currently 3
Pizza.
known Italian foods: pasta, pizza, and gelato. We hope that
Oh,
one day
gelato.
students may discover more. Spanish. Spanish food is basically the circus version of other food. Chorizo is a spicy hot dog. Churro is a deconstructed chocolate donut. Sangria
Yeah.
is party wine. Paella is fried rice jumbo shrimp edition. And gazpacho is what the try-hard kid in your home ec class comes up with when you ask for Mexican ketchup. Greek. When I think of Greek food, I think of small amounts of tasty things being baked in thin pastry and then cut into geometric shapes. Spanakopita, bugatsa, bunch of things I can't pronounce, and
I don't know.
baklava, which are tasty honey nut diamonds.
I
Now
don't
you might
know.
be thinking, excuse me, baklava is actually Turkish. But that doesn't fit the thin pastry narrative, so here we are. American food is often known in the United States as
The fried.
food, and is characterized by extremely large portion sizes, both in the food you're being served and in the guy barbecuing it.
Yep.
All American food is designed to be eaten with 2 hands, but real patriots do it with 1. Hot dog, hamburger, rack of ribs, crawfish broil, BLT, turkey leg, lobster po' boy, chicken wings, Philly cheesesteak, Chicago deep dish. If a nice black lady calls you sweetie and you're suddenly wearing Crocs and a bowling shirt, it's definitely American food. Canadian. You've heard of potatoes and gravy. You've heard of cheesy potatoes. But here comes the remix. And that's what we've contributed in the last 150 years. You're
poutine?
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. British. British cuisine is modeled after the food your 8-year-old nephew comes up with when he asks if he can cook you dinner. Black pudding, beans on toast, toast sandwich, toad in the hole,
That
mushy
is
peas,
so weird.
jelly deals, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but he ran out of bread and used clotted cream instead of peanut butter. Luckily for my nephew, is a member of the Commonwealth. You know I'd do anything for the Queen.
Yeah.
German. One of my favorite German foods is a good old lager beer, which they serve
Beer?
in great excess at Oktoberfest, a famous festival that Germany holds every, you guessed it, September. Other classic German foods involve
What?
taking delicious
Well, it will begin on September, but I presume it ends in October, right? Man, one day one of the things I want to do when I visit Europe is visit Europe, well, Germany in particular, on Oktoberfest. Simply because I was born in October and this feels like my birthright.
classics and making them a weird shape. Take, for example,
Schnitzel.
wide chicken. beef Rollington, and of course, twisty bagel. Chinese food actually has no proper name in English and can only be communicated through the number next to it on the menu.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt the reaction, but I just want to let you know that if you're enjoying the video, I would really appreciate if you guys leave a like, leave a comment as well, and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. And that's it. Back to the reaction.
Thankfully, Chinese food has thrived in Western countries despite everyone thinking it was bad to eat MSG and raw pangolin for literally no reason. Indian cuisine is rich in heritage and
Spicy.
incredibly diverse. Most
Rich
Indian
in
restaurants have
spices.
such expansive menus, it can take minutes to find and order the butter chicken. Another Indian
Oh,
staple is
yes.
naan.
Buttered chicken in, what was the place called? Majestics. Ooh, their butter chicken is so good.
Or what
So
Westerners
goddamn
call,
good.
oh, puffy tortilla. To be honest, I don't actually know the difference. Middle Eastern. When I think of Middle Eastern food, I think of shawarma, which I do often because there are
Shawarma?
literally no kebab places in my whole city. For those unfamiliar, kebab is the international cuisine of it's 3 a.m. and the clubs are closed. While I'm not sure how authentic it is when the guy puts french fries in it, you know I'm not complaining. There's also other great Middle Eastern bangers like tzatziki and hummus that are also best eaten drunk and alone with a
Nah.
spoon. Now you might be saying, excuse me, tzatziki is actually Greek. Well, okay, buddy, if you think you can claim this one too, then your ego's more inflated than Turkey's currency, so quit bickering or else no one gets tzatziki. Scandinavian
Oh,
Nordic.
damn.
Frankly, the only Scandinavian restaurant I've ever heard of is IKEA, and while the Swedish meatballs are pretty good, I'm also not so sure about the authenticity, because like, if you look at the recipe, it says beef, pork, breadcrumbs, a couple egg yolks, and you're like, that sounds like a regular meatball. So after that, I was like, okay, so what is Scandinavian food? So I looked it up, and I got steak and mushrooms, pancakes, and that was pretty sus. So I decided to really go in, and then I found stuff like ragmo and dumbarora, which like I'm not gonna lie, I eat a hot dog in any form, but if you guys want to go international, you might want to consider some rebranding. Like just imagining, like at the United Nations meeting, it's lunchtime, and the Italian guy takes out a slice of pizza, the German guy takes out a beer and a pretzel, and then the Swedish guy takes out his lunch bag and thinks to himself, they're going to be so jealous.
That was a good,
When I think of Eastern
a
European
good Swedish
cuisine,
accent
I think
though.
of three words: babushka,
They're gonna be so
potatoes,
jealous.
and poverty. And as someone with Irish ancestry, that definitely comes off as a hard flex. Thankfully, instead of grandmas and potatoes, at least I get capitalism and cultural appropriation. Exactly how I like it. Australian cuisine is the most white bread food in the world. Breakfast, Vegemite on white bread. Lunch,
Vegemite.
sausage on white bread.
I haven't
Dinner,
tasted that.
meat pie. Dessert, hundreds and thousands on white bread. They do admittedly have absolutely fantastic fish and chips because they can walk 100 meters to the beach, scoop Dory up from the barrier reef, and flash fire right in front of her family that's already forgotten about her. I also give a shout out to pavlova, which might possibly be from New Zealand, but my mom makes it and she likes it when I put her in the videos. Vietnamese food can be identified by the restaurant being named after some type of pun involving the word pho. Faux sure, faux ever, faux true, faux you, etc. But in reality, the word is actually pronounced pho.
Yeah, it is.
I guess I waited 4 years for that one. Sorry. Latin American.
Yeah, it is
Latin American
pronounced
food
pho.
is great because so much of it is fried. Empanada, fried hot pocket.
Banana.
Plantains.
Makes sense.
No, you fool. It's not a banana. It's a potato in disguise, and you fry this bad boy twice. Regular banana, also fried. Besides that, the only other Latin American food I know is ayahuasca.
Hey, I could
I know
dig
about
that.
ayahuasca for two reasons. A, I live on the West Coast, and B, I've listened to Joe Rogan, and my name is Jamie. African food. Korean food.
Wow. Wow, he took the time to make that. That was brilliant.
Korean foods are kimchi and
Damn.
Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is usually a buffet-style restaurant where you get to cook everything yourself on a little tabletop barbecue, while kimchi is the name I call the chairman of North Korea when I pinch his fat little cheeks. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, oh no, there's 30 seconds of the video left and he hasn't said my country.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this isn't the local weather report birthday shout-out, so I can't get everyone. If it makes you feel any better, you can scroll down and read all the comments that are like, That video was funny and accurate, except for that one part you said about my country was completely wrong, and now I'm angry. And to them I say, quit bickering, or no one gets tzatziki.
Okay. I don't actually know what are like the main food that would describe Philippines is. Oh man, I'm leaning towards adobo, but that might be a bias on my part because I love adobo so much. Well, it depends on how it's cooked. But yeah, that may be a bias. I don't really know what our national food is, if you can even call it that. I know most of my viewers are like American, so for those of you who don't live in the USA or live in the USA but came from somewhere else, let me know down in the comments what your national food and favorite food is. It doesn't have to be the same. But that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Again, we are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye!